Welcome back to quarter-final Friday here at the BetVictor Northern Ireland Open at the Waterfront Hall in Belfast. This is our second quarter-final. It's the best of 9 frames. It's time now to welcome the players. We begin with a former ranking event winner playing in his 4th Northern Ireland Open quarter-final, the farmer, Dave Gilbert. And his opponent, a 4-time ranking event winner who flew to victory in this season's European Masters, the Hawk, Barry Hawkins.
Who will fly this afternoon and book a place in this year's semi-final, the Northern Irish Open? And we can now get our commentary with Joe Johnson. And first off, good afternoon to David Hendon.
Is it your day? Yeah. David.
Well, the crowd here have been treated to a first-rate display by Jack Lazowski. On to the second quarter-final. This is in the other half of the draw between Barry Hawkins and Dave Gilbert. Head-to-head favours Gilbert 3-1, but Hawkins' victory came at the Crucible back in 2014, first round. Of course, he's got a trophy on the mantelpiece already this season, the European Masters, so he's got back in the top 16. And Barry Hawkins has only lost 3 frames in 4 rounds, so no one's got close to him yet. I'm sure he's expecting a tougher challenge against Gilbert, who's also played well this week to get this far. He was a quarter-finalist actually here last year, lost out in a decider to Zhou Yulong. Well, if you're going to miss, get away with it. Which I think he has done, Joe.
Yeah, well, it's great to see these two playing well again, isn't it? 2 great players. And it's amazing what a tournament win does for you. He started to play really well, Hawkins. Great to see, as I say. And good to see that man back. Both 147 men on the table. Dave Gilbert's had 2 and Barry Hawkins had 3. Tournament play.
Yeah, Dave, he's on the main table. He did play Matthew Stevens' morning session, but this is the most high-profile match, and you might see, we get a chance to see him. He decided to have a good old shave this morning, so he looked his best, and he cut his face. Put that up on Instagram earlier. So that's his last mishap, although that's what you need to cover here.
Yeah, he's covered the reds over the left corner, but not the right corner. Not easy to get to a colour, though, without playing it with a lot of topspin. And that's just what he's done. So, already a pressure shot coming up. These look easy on TV, but I can assure you they're missable. Very confidently played. Now the black will go to that right corner. This is already a good chance. I mean, both players decided to open the balls up in their safety attempts. Gilbert really opened them up, didn't he, his last visit to the table. Plays with the rest right-handed.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's an omen for him and indeed Jack Lazowski. This tournament's only ever been won by left-handers. Mark King, Mark Williams, Judd Trump and Mark Allen.
Wow. Oh, that's something I didn't know, and I'm sure a lot of viewers didn't know.
As with any match, you're looking to settle down, but it's a different feel, of course, today. Just one table, stakes have been raised.
13.
Yes, all the players that are left in it will believe that they can win this tournament. And no reason why they can't. As David's already mentioned, he's only dropped 3 or 4 frames. And easy matches all the way through to this quarter-final.
Well, he's known for his temperament. He's a level-headed character, although yesterday he did get a bit annoyed when the scoreboard broke down. But that's in the past now. He wants the scoreboard to tick over here for the rest of this frame. Just send a message to Gilbert how good he's feeling.
28.
What is his 43rd ranking quarter-final? He's got a good conversion rate. He's looking for his 31st semi-final. Was the runner-up the first year in Belfast at the Titanic Centre to Mark King in a very, very dramatic final that went the distance.
Yeah, one of the best speeches ever afterwards from Mark King. Very heartfelt.
$36.
The last time they played, it was a decider. Last year in the European Masters.
Yeah, that's the tournament he won this year. He beat Brissell, he beat Selby, he beat in the final Judd Trump. It then took him about 2 days to get home because there was all sorts of airport trouble, but he didn't care because he was coming home with the trophy and the first prize, back in the top 16. After being briefly out of it, didn't qualify for the Crucible for the first time in 17 years, so it was a miserable end to last season, but things turned around pretty much straight away this season.
$45.
Yes, and every round he goes, of course, gets him higher up the rankings.
There's the scene here. Of course, that table will be used, the other one this evening, and then tomorrow we will truly be down to one table for the semis.
$51. $52.
Yeah, he looks a different man, doesn't he? He's striking the ball so authority, with so much authority that he doesn't look like missing.
$57.
Well, looks like he's going to have to go back up for the blue, unless he comes across the table for the black. Played it with a lot of right-hand side on the cue ball, and that's not ideal. He wanted to be straight on the black. And difficult to see where the next red's coming from, unless he tries to play a cannon. So,
65.
this red And he should be safe. Well, what a start. Barry Hawkins.
Yeah, I mean, we call Thursday moving day, but Jack Lazowski's made his move today, upping his performance. And as you say, a very assured start here from the Hawk to this quarter-final. I think at this stage of the tournament, you know you're not going to scrap through. You've got to actually produce the goods once you get down to the last 8. Start producing your best snooker.
74.
Well, Gilbert played that quite attacking safety, but did leave a long red on. And this has been the result.
$81. $82.
Well, that's a little unfortunate. Half ball, he'd have been on the red.
89.
But he's still going.
Well, we had 24 centuries in qualifying, as we see the double again. If Barry can make one here, though, it'll be the 50th at the venue this week. Just about the perfect start for the world number 14, blue, for a century in frame 1 of this quarter-final. There's an argument he's playing this season his best ever snooker. He's won that tournament. He's only lost 3 frames here this week. They're still going in.
$107.
So Dave Gilbert, if he was hoping that the Hawk hadn't slept or wasn't feeling well or whatever today, no, he's going to have to produce this sort of snooker himself, which of course he's more than capable of doing.
I also think he was hoping for a few shots, but he's not going to get them.
112.
So really is cold going into frame 2. But what a start this is.
116.
Well, they had quite a lot to live up to after the first match, and already this is good stuff.
121.
Hawkins' 3rd century of the week. It's 14th of the season. As I say, it's the 50th here at the Waterfront so far this week.
127.
The black for a total clearance of 134. The perfect start for Barry Hawkins. Back in the winner's circle this season and looking really good again here to take the first frame of the quarter-final. So we can hear what both players had to say ahead of this match. Dave Gilbert and Barry Hawkins, of course, looking for a place in the semi-finals. Let's hear what they both had to say ahead of play.
Only as good as your last match, they say. So obviously he's going well at the moment. Just try and keep riding the wave. You know, fortunate this week, that's for sure. I haven't played my best stuff, but you know, a win at the start of the season, unbelievable.
I love this event. Them Macau 5 must have got paid a lot of money to miss this one, because for me, you know, it's a great arena, a great place to play. The crowds are always great every match. I love this venue, and I certainly love to be here the weekend, yeah.
Apart from my first game, I haven't really fired yet, but I mean, like I say, it's weird. People miss against you, and I'll just keep nicking the frames where the balls present themselves, and I keep clearing up, the last few balls, and yeah, it's just weird how things happen.
Now you're in the latter stages again. Have you considered winning again yet?
Wow, I didn't think so. The last couple of matches, but I'm in the quarterfinals now, so 8 players left. I've already won one, so why not?
Barry's in the form, man, like a Judd. He's won an event, and he always plays to a good level, So yeah, no, nothing to worry about. Just going to go out there and try and attack and score heavy and see where that takes me.
Well, everyone knows how good Dave is. Probably should have won a bigger comp by now, really, for how good he is. So scores like a machine when he gets going. Cue ball under great control and smooth around the table. Good player to watch. So this was one that I really enjoy, one to look forward to, really.
So these are the head-to-head, the previous meetings between them. Hawkins, his one win came at the Crucible, which I guess outranks everything. Although one of Gilbert's wins was in a semi-final out in China, the World Open in 2018, and he won the most recent as well, European Masters in 2022. But already today, of course, he's seen firsthand how good Barry Hawkins is feeling in himself, how well he's playing as well in another big match here. But Gilbert does have those good memories to hold on to. 3 wins out of 4 against the Hawk. And just to reiterate, this is in the bottom half of the draw, so the winner will play either Judd Trump or Stephen Maguire. They're up at 7 o'clock this evening. One, 3, 4, the break from Barry Hawkins.
Thank you.
In frame 1. Best of 9
frame,
now in the
Barry
quarterfinals
Hawkins
of the Northern Ireland Open.
Well, fortunately, the black's covered. Otherwise, I feel sure he'd have been playing for the black here. So, hasn't potted a ball yet. Hasn't had a chance at one. Well, I think that was a pretty good kiss. He would have left an easier red on, although this red to the bottom corner is on. He said his long potting isn't as good as it used to be, but still scores very well in amongst the balls.
Well, he's hoping it's not a case of here we go again. Sat watching.
Well, he could play for the blue, go into the reds, could play for one of the bought colours and go into the reds. In the end, he didn't get good on either. He's got the pink to the left corner, and he may have to take that if he wants to keep the break going. Yeah, he would have liked an angle on this red to have brought the black into play, but I'm afraid he's just travelled a little too far for that shot. But if the pink goes to the right corner, he may play for the pink and open the reds up. Well,
11.
He's having a good look at it. From here, it looks as though he could play that shot. Well, obviously the pink doesn't go.
Barry Hawkins, 10.
And that's a surprising miss, really, for Barry. Although he's playing it with a lot of power, try and get back to the blue. Well, this shows you his intent. He could play safe off that red close to the cushion, but he's opening the reds up. And they've opened nicely. Yeah, he's covered the red. Just about. Just an inch there. And Hawkins would have had a chance at that long red and making another big break.
I think it's a big match for Dave Gilbert. He's playing an informed player. His own form, last couple of years since he won that Championship League, hasn't been great. He did get, of course, in the top 16. He was up to number 10 4 years ago, but it is 4 years since he's reached a semi-final in a ranking event. It's a bit misleading, I guess, because since then he's won the Championship League, but as the name suggests, it's a league, so there were no semi-finals. But this is his 23rd quarter-final. He's only been in 7 semi-finals, so his conversion rate over the years hasn't been that great. But if he could win this match, he could win this tournament, because he's playing, as I say, one of the form players of the moment. So it's a big test, big chance as well.
Well, that wasn't a bad kiss. Not sure if you can see enough of the 2 reds nearest that left corner, whether you can place one red onto the other one. A plant. From there, it's difficult to tell. Cue ball's very close.
Foul. David,
Trying to get in behind the yellow. Now, any damage done? Looking at the possible plant. Yeah, what a terrific shot.
Problem is, it's just so congested down there. It's hard to see really how we would get on a colour.
Yeah, it was a big risk, that, wasn't it, David? I mean, he couldn't get onto a colour. The black doesn't go. Nevertheless, it was still a great shot. Thought he could play cushion first and try and play him behind the yellow there.
Yeah, he's a pretty gutsy player, I think, Gilbert. I'm sure he's sick of everyone bringing up that World semi-final with John Higgins, but he was so close to playing Judd Trump in the final in 2019. And to go toe-to-toe with Higgins for 4 sessions, one table at the Crucible, you have to be seriously mentally strong as well as a terrific player. Just couldn't quite get over the line. He was a little unlucky. He got a kick. We'll never know if that, but for that he would have won, of course.
What a memory. Can remember a kick. I can just remember the match.
Well, I remember I mean, he was in tears, but backstage, even like the staff, because Rob Walker did the interview in the corridor, so they could all hear it. And you know, it is an emotional roller coaster for everybody. That World Championship, it was there so long. Get to know everybody, and everyone knew what it would have meant to Dave to reach the final.
Yeah, fantastic play. And as you say, did so well against Higgins, who was playing at his best at the time. Probably the best final I've ever seen was him and Mark Williams the year before. Well, it had to be thin.
And it was Barry Hawkins, 4.
Looks like he may get another chance.
Yeah, Desislava, Bozhilova, the referee here.
It was about 4 fingers.
Again, just making it a little more difficult for himself. I love our sportsmen. Very fair-minded. Well, I better hit it next time. It's going to be warned.
Oh, and it was
Yep.
Barry Hawkins,
If he
4.
doesn't hit one, frame awarded to Hawkins. Well, he had a look, but he's retreating back to his seat. I think that was always really going to go back. And yeah, got to hit one. Otherwise, it's 2-0. Desi will get the white back and then read him his rights.
Yeah, if you miss again, you'll lose the frame.
Yeah, maybe full in the face this time. Double kiss. Back to balk. And he'll settle for that. Well, that's an absolute belter. Nice shot. Oh, why didn't you play that the first time, Dave? Well, the reason is because you never know where it's going to go. If you don't catch it absolutely full, the cue ball stays down this end of the table. Now, is there anything there? Doesn't look like it from here. Half a pocket for that red to go into. Big shot this, if he tries to play the big pocket. He'll be trying to get that cue ball back to the balk area, I would imagine. Didn't need the big pocket. What a shot. Deserved to be on something there, didn't he? Rather than this difficult brown.
Well, we are playing for the Alex Higgins Trophy. I think the Hurricane would have approved of that one.
Nicely played. He's on a red. Tried to develop the black.
I'm sure they'll be watching this at Potter's in Swaddling Coat. That's the snooker and pool club that Dave Gilbert owns. It's been a different outlet for him.
Six.
Well, still on one.
11.
Pink. Looks like it will go to the right corner. And it's not going to be an easy shot if he decides to play for it. Well, when you're fairly cold on the table, these are difficult shots. You've just got to concentrate on staying still. Slightest movement doesn't go in. Nicely played, and there is a plant to that left corner. And he can build a lead here with
18.
pinks.
$19.
Well, it's not straightforward, but it's nice to get some table time after that first frame where he basically just had to sit and watch Hawkins make the total clearance. As I say, he did play on this main table one of the mornings against Matthew Stevens, but it's a different environment, obviously, with 3 tables in action and, you know, first match of the day. This is a big step up.
$25.
Still got a red that will go into that left corner. If he drops the blue in. Or he could try and disturb things.
$30. 31.
Yeah, so the red nearest the pocket. Okay. Well, why not just leave it where it was, the cue ball?
37.
Would have been a lot easier to get to a colour from this red had he been higher. 24 points the difference, so still needs quite a few more reds.
$38.
Well, is he thinking of taking the black onto the baulk corner?
David Gilbert. 38.
Well, it was a very risky shot to take on, but one that probably would have won him the frame. He may not lose it, but he could have won the frame there. Good odds. He thought so as well. Had the black gone in, it would have been easy to play for the black from that red. But that's a surprising miss from Barry Hawkins.
So a very different frame to the first one. But sometimes balls just go awkward. It's harder to make breaks. Gilbert did well, actually. I mean, 38 didn't sound much, but did well to take those that were there. Could have continued had the black gone in. 25 in it then.
Well, that's another mistake, really, from Barry Hawkins. Chance here.
One.
So, two reds here. Should seem safe. Use colours with the reds.
7. $8.
Nicely played, but he needs a colour from this red. I think it was just the speed that kept that out.
13.
Now, He'll probably try and bring those 2 reds into play here. If it works out, the shot, he could be favourite in this frame. Oh, he's missed them. That's a real let-off for Dave Gilbert.
1.
He tried to bring the yellow into play, but it's
Hawkins, 1.
still rather safe.
Yeah, you could see him, well, firstly wincing at not getting the cannon, and then again there, not really developing the yellow as he intended.
Nicely judged and not easy to play safe from this position. Well, this is really risky if he takes the plant on. He only needs the red. Well, take your hat off. What a brave shot to play. That was always going to be over the pocket if he missed it. Maybe push a colour safe here.
Well, he's been in a very positive frame of mind, Gilbert, so far. One snooker needed.
David Gilbert, 1.
Nice table for snookers, though.
Well, it's been that sort of tournament, hasn't it? We've seen quite a few frames either won or threatening to be won. The players have got snookers.
Yeah, McGill against McGuigan. And that's not the best shot he's ever played.
No, he's made a few errors actually in this frame, bearing in mind how well he started. So he's handed the frame really to Gilbert. As long as he knocks this red in, there's no way back surely from here. And it's game on in this quarter-final.
David Gilbert, 1.
Hawkins stays in his seat. He made the great start with the 1-3-4, of course. It was a scrappier second frame, 27 minutes. It's gone to Dave Gilbert. We're level at 1 frame each. So it's 1-1 in the second quarter-final here at the Waterfront. Big crowd in, and they've already seen, of course, Jack Lazowski in the other half of the draw beat Ricky Walden 5-1. The winner of that match will play either Chris Wakelin or Yuan Sijun. They're on table 2 at 7, and here on table 1 at 7, Judd Trump against Stephen Maguire. In the end, 6 of the 8 quarter-finalists are previous ranking event winners. Really has become established, this Waterfront Hall, as one of the best venues on the World Snooker Tour in the heart of Belfast. Well supported by the locals.
Yeah, they love their snooker here in Belfast. Helped along by Alex Higgins. And played at the jam pot. Well, there is a red to the right of the pink. And you could play off. Just got to be careful of that red on the side cushion. So, first mistake from Barry Hawkins. But not a gimme, this red, whether he takes it to the corner or the middle. And the pressure of the red above the middle pocket. Yep, that red above the middle pocket put some pressure on that shot. He had to play it a lot differently. Normally he would have stunned to the cushion and played for one of the baulk colours, but played it with deep screw to stop the cue ball going that far down the table. I still expected him to pot it, mind. Good pot. Yeah, and he knows he missed a trick there, Dave Gilbert. Should have been in and scoring there.
Yeah, and the problem is he knows Hawkins because he's scoring after the first frame. Gilbert won the second, but his highest break was only 38.
6. Seven. $13.
I agree as well with what Alan McManus said in the studio. I think if you won 4 ranking titles, you can't be called a nearly man. It's true that he's lost some finals, but everyone has. In fact, his Hawkins is in a strong position, I think, right now to add to that tally this season. Maybe, of course, this weekend. And also, maybe in the back of his mind, maybe a little bit closer to the front, is that big bonus prize as well, the Bet Victor bonus at the end of the Welsh Open. Whoever's top of the order of merit gets 150,000 bonus. Robert Milkins won it last season. Hawkins is currently second to Judd Trump on that list. This tournament counts towards it.
He's just travelled a little bit too far. You can still pot the red, but he wanted to be straight on this red to the left corner. That would have led him to the black. Now he's going to go back down for the blue or the pink. Doesn't want to be straight.
$25. $26. $32. $33.
Yeah, he's having to just sit and take this. The difficulty is, of course, he missed from a Hawkins error, but the error wasn't punished. Now, Gilbert's own miss could well be. It's not like he sort of forced his way in with a dazzling long pot. It was a good pot, but he was handed the chance.
39. $40.
Yeah, and that's what makes things so much more difficult to take when you know that these should have been yours. He's got to hope now that Barry Hawkins either misses or runs out of position. This is the red that we're talking about.
46. $47.
He's just a very neat and tidy player, isn't he? And it doesn't sound like a massive compliment, but it really is. If you can control that cue ball, then that's the key to all of it.
Well, when he gets in amongst the balls,
54.
he's proving that he can score heavy. Made that 1-3-4 break in the first frame.
55.
Second frame was completely the opposite. It was a safety game. Ball's running awkward. But this has been a really good break. They weren't there. You know, it was a tightly closed pack at one stage.
60.
But this is what I'm saying, Joe. Like, he never seems to have to play recovery pots. He's always in range of the next pot. That cue ball is under tight control.
$61.
And this black is going to win him the frame. And another frame won in a single visit. It came from significantly, of course, the Gilbert miss. Yeah, terrific from Hawkins. He stepped in and he's done the damage. These could have been
68.
Dave Gilbert's.
$69. $75. 76.
So the frame definitely is. Just a question now whether he can make a second century just to really rub it in.
H2. H3.
Yeah, nice shot there, standing out for the black, and might just be able to screw him behind this red. Take it to the left corner. Suiting a left-handed player.
90.
This whole event suits a left-handed player, doesn't it? As I say, no right-hander's ever won it. Already Jack Lazowski, another left-hander's won today. And here's the Hawk, trying to make a second century in 3 frames. Oh, the yellow wobbles but doesn't drop. But a fine 91, and it came from the Gilbert missed red to middle. So Barry Hawkins has won 2 frames in 1 visit to lead the quarter-final 2-1. 2-1 it is to Barry Hawkins, so this is the last frame before the mid-session break.
3 and 4.
2 frames he's won
Barry Hawkins.
have been in single visits, 1, 3, 4 and 91. A rather more disjointed frame in between went to Dave Gilbert. He was just in great control in both the breaks he made. Reflective of how good he's feeling in general right now with his game.
Yeah, so far, gets a chance, he wins. Although, having said that, Dave Gilbert will have been sat in his chair thinking, should have been mine, these. I'm just got to concentrate harder, and that's not a good start. He needs a bit of help. I think he's been rather fortunate there. Caught the red much too thick. Yeah, just looking at coming off the cushion and landing up to the red as a containing safety shot. Too risky to send the cue ball back down the table. That's a great pot. Well, you can see what he's thinking. Although if you see where the cue balls landed, he hadn't left the red on. Saw a path, pot in the red, saw a path through the pack of reds. Left it short of the balk line, and he's on the brown or the green. So I said that Dave got away with that, but in actual fact he didn't.
Yeah, and he must be concerned already
5.
based on what he's seen this afternoon from Hawkins.
Six. 13.
One of the challenges is to try and keep positive thoughts in the chair rather than berating yourself, but my word, it's not easy.
Yeah, sometimes it's just hard not to admire what your opponent's doing.
Well, we've seen many a match, of course, turn on an unexpected moment, an unexpected miss maybe, or a kick, or anything can go wrong. So Gilbert has to be focused and be ready if he does come back to the table.
$21. $22.
Well, that used all the pocket. Came very close to missing that one.
29.
So just needs to take stock. And that's just what he's done. Just took a breath. Recomposed
30.
himself. Sometimes, you know, it's easier to win these frames with 5, 6 reds left. So if he does get a chance, Dave Gilbert, not as many balls to pot.
37. $38. $45. $46.
Well, it looks like that red above and to the left of the black will go to the right corner.
$53.
Pushing more reds out.
54.
Try and win the frame at this visit, and that's worked out very nicely. Everything there for the taking now. So we just got to make sure you don't miss an easy one.
$59. $60.
Once again, his cue ball is just exemplary. Just great control. And Gilbert, yeah, he's resigned, I think, to this frame, having slipped by. The problem is it's taking Hawkins just one chance to win these frames.
And it was only a half chance, really, wasn't it? It looked like he got away with it, the poor safety,
65.
Dave Gilbert, but he knocked in a lovely red to the right corner. Barry Hawkins. And the cue ball just held up enough for the brown.
66.
Now he needs this black for a 3-1 interval lead. But it's not just the scoreline, it's how well he's playing.
23.
It's similar, really, to Lazowski in the first match in terms of the dominance he's shown, the chances he's taken.
74.
So Gilbert, with a lot to think about, he's not had many chances, has he? He won the second frame, which was quite a scrappy affair, but the minute Hawkins has had a chance in any of the other frames, he's won them.
It could have been a century the last frame, couldn't it?
81.
I meant 91.
82.
Well, he's an understated character, Hawkins, but
89.
he should not be underrated on the table. And Gilbert would certainly not do that, and he's been reminded why here.
90.
Doesn't need the safest red on the right side cushion. What a treat for the crowd.
95.
Yeah, he's just
96.
in complete control of that cue ball, of himself, of his emotions. Wonderful stuff from the Hawk. This is the ball for his second century of the afternoon. As Joe says, he made 91 in the other frame. This is seriously good stuff from Hawkins. Heavy hitting.
103. 104.
Maybe next year here, everyone will just turn up playing left-handed, because it seems to be the tournament for the left-handers, doesn't it?
111. 113.
1. Well, Dave Gilbert looking on there, and he should be saying to himself, I can do this. I've done this. I've got to stay focused. If I get a chance, I've got to try and take it.
120. 125.
Sublime snooker from Barry Hawkins. Things have turned round for him in a major way. He's playing, I think, this season, probably his best ever snooker.
131.
So 134 in the first frame. And a 138 in the fourth frame, and 91 as well from Barry Hawkins. Phenomenal snooker from the Hawk here this afternoon. He's 2 frames away from the semi-finals, leading 3-1.
Will you please welcome back to the table your referee, Desislava Bozhilova, and your quarter-finalists, Dave Gilbert and Barry Hawkins.
Well, Barry Hawkins certainly a big favourite now to win this match, not just because he's 3-1 up, but how well he's played to get there. Just a question, though, if Gilbert can get in first in a frame, can he do similar damage? If he does, this could turn around. I'm sure the interval came at a good time for him, just a chance to clear his mind and focus on the second half.
Yeah, and we talk about breaks coming at the right time. Well, I think it came at the right time for Dave, because he was in full swing there. Barry Hawkins needed something to slow him down, and the mid-session interval has done just that for a moment. If this goes in, he could be back in business. So, you were talking about a chance for Gilbert, David, and this is it. How close was that, though?
Very, which is why it's now on. Yeah, this is exactly what he needed. He did have the chance in frame 2, but the balls were very awkward. This is different here. So let's see how far he gets.
He's got a beautiful action, Dave Gilbert. So smooth. He needs it here. Yeah, and he's been frozen out for some time, Dave Gilbert. That's his first pot in live play for 25 minutes. Now, has he been sat there preparing himself? Or sat there worried? He's a little unfortunate going into the pack of reds there, not finishing ideal on a red, but he is on one. Nicely round for the blue. Now then, Dave, do you go into them or play for those 2 loose ones? Well, very positive there, wasn't he? Pushing the pink safe, the black safe for the moment.
I think he recognises that something has to change and he has to make it happen. He's trying to do that by getting the balls open.
Well, he's got to find a nice little cannon here to move up towards the blue. And that wasn't it. Caught the reds a little bit too full. Now that's a great recovery. Great recovery.
Well, it really was, bearing in mind how well Hawkins has played. He was always going to be leaving a red if he missed the blue. If he wins this match, that's where it starts for me, that blue. But then he misses the next red. Well, he doesn't. He's gone in. All right, he's not on a colour, but what a piece of luck that was, because again, he would have been leaving Hawkins in. Such a good blue, and then to miss that red. Okay, he fluked it, but it's not going to do anything for his confidence.
Yeah, just a little bit foggy down this end of the table. Dave Gilbert missed the red twice in the second frame. Other side of the table. Oh, tremendous cue power. And that was another terrific shot, that from Gilbert. Not easy to avoid the baulk colours and get back down the table for the reds. But he's managed it. Not ideal on one, but he's still going. It's just an awkward table, isn't it? It's not straightforward the way that Barry Hawkins was. He's having to really work for these, and that's another lovely little cannon. And now if he can just hold the cue ball for those two reds to the left corner, somewhere around about there. He may have to play another little cannon, but if he misses it, he's still on the red. The important thing is to make sure of the black, because they're not gimmies, these little cutbacks.
So the fluke in the end was significant because, as I say, had the red stayed out, he would have been leaving Hawkins a chance. He got the chance himself to play the safety, and from that he's earned this second chance to score and get another frame on the board.
It's down to him now, this frame. They're all there for the taking. He'd like to be straight on this black next time round. Makes it easier to play for those two reds either side of the black. Well, not straight enough this time on the red to get back to the black, so down for the blue or even the pink, but probably leave the pink where it is. Must get the right side of the blue. Perfect. Overrun again with his position, back to the blue. He's getting there though.
Yes, another red should see him home. So he potted the good blue earlier, didn't pot the next red, but it went in, it allowed him to play a safety, and from that he got this second chance. So this fluke, you know, again, if he wins the match, definitely played its part. He didn't get too close initially, went in the opposite corner pocket.
As you say, he didn't pot the blue, but he put his opponent in trouble, of which this is the benefit.
Yeah, frame ball for 3-2. So Dave Gilbert within one, and an important visit that, just to steady the ship. He lost one match this season that had to be seen to be believed against Mark Selby, like very late at night in the British Open, last 16. Came down to the last black, took the pot on and went in off. So that was the end of the match. Selby didn't have to even pot match ball. But the good news these days, there are a lot of tournaments, and there's always, you know, the chance that next week will be my week. Okay, it's gone wrong this week, but next week you've got to have that hope. And he had to have that at the interval. In trouble in this one, but he's got a lot closer winning this frame. Missed that one, but he's won the frame. He needed to make a good start clearly after the interval. And despite the slight wobble earlier on, that's what he's done. Much closer now. It's 3-2. Quarterfinals day at the Waterfront Hall in Belfast, Northern Ireland Snooker Open. Barry Hawkins leads Dave Gilbert 3-2. It was 3-1. First match was won by Jack Lazowski, 5-1 over Ricky Walden. I say, there was just a slight wobble from Gilbert, but he did what he needed to do, really, which was make this match closer. Good grief. That was like a bullet. What a shot.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And nicely on the green, you've got to say. The red next to the black, or just above the black, even the one behind it. He's just run a little too far for the red above the black, and not quite far enough for the one behind it. So not straightforward yet, just that couple of inches. Well, he took the risk on flicking off the pack of reds down for the blue, but caught them too full. So just the safety, and he's got to hide that red nearest the left corner. Dead on the cushion behind the brown looks good, because even if he could see the red then, the cue ball would be going into the reds. I think I'd allow him to see that red. Dead on the cushion, whatever. Well, you can see that red. I think a foot over to the left though. And it would be a very difficult pot. Where it is now, he may have a go at this. Cue ball's going into the reds. He won't know where the cue ball's going to go, but he could finish on the green, worst case scenario. Yeah, good pot. Is he on it? Anxious looks. If he's on it, this is a frame winning chance.
It was a very purposeful walk, wasn't it, which suggests he is on it. Yeah. It wasn't a slow trudge.
Yeah, you know the one, when they're not on it, it's a slow walk. So, Barry Hawkins in again. And it's a nice set of balls that he's facing with now. Nothing on the cushion.
Yes, and he didn't do much wrong, did he, in the last frame? So he's hoping it's back to business as usual in terms of what we saw earlier on. He won the 3 frames all with single visits.
Yeah, what a big frame this is for Barry Hawkins. He's had everything under control so far. His position has been immaculate. Hasn't missed an easy ball.
Yeah, I think that's what makes this an interesting visit. If he can do that again, he's surely going to win this match. But if he makes an unexpected error, breaks down, loses position, misses, then that'll be the first sign of that today. And it'll give Gilbert a lot of hope, of course.
You know, sometimes when you're watching a player playing, you sometimes get the feeling that, you know, he's on the verge of missing. I don't get that feeling with Barry Hawkins. He looks absolutely super composed. Very focused, in the zone, whatever you want to call it, he's there. Choice of reds to play for. Could play for reds to the left corner, reds to the right corner.
This is it, isn't it? You know, his control of the white's been so good that he's not really giving himself much of a chance to miss anything.
Yeah, very Ronnie O'Sullivan-ish. That's what Ronnie does. His positional play is so good, he doesn't have to play many recovery shots.
Well, his pot success is at 96%. Hawkins this afternoon, seriously good. Still needs a couple of reds here.
Well, Dave Gilbert's made a 58 break, as opposed to Barry Hawkins 134, 138, 921, what could have been a century. 58 and counting in this frame. Devastating stuff, this.
59.
It really is. Well, this black will get him to snooker's required stage. As I say, another red just to really kill it off. And Gilbert sees another frame slip by.
Yeah, he played a good safety shot, dead on the cushion, but for me, well, he left the green on for one, but for me, the cue ball should have been a foot over to the left. He left him a 3/4 ball pot instead of a thin cut to the corner. And this is the result. Magnificent. Inch perfect position. Doesn't matter.
Well, we'll see. It's one snooker required. Would have liked that in.
Most certainly would.
66.
In the end, it was a rather unexpected miss.
Yep, a small ray of hope. A little cannon here to those two reds and try and leave them close to the pink. Well, that red behind the pink is ideal for a snooker at some stage.
8.
Just having a look to see if he could take the blue. If he did, he could only tie with blacks and one snooker.
David Gilbert, 8.
So if he can put this red away, it's definitely going to be 4-2, and it'll be a frame from the semi-finals of this Northern Ireland Open. Remember, he was runner-up the first year at the Titanic Centre. Since then, he's had his ups and his downs. Earlier this year, he's fallen away quite badly. Barry Hawkins is out of the top 16. He didn't qualify for the World Championship final stages.
5.
But winning the European Masters in early season has transformed everything. Back in the 16.
6.
And just playing really good stuff.
Eleven. Barry Hawkins, 11.
So in this frame, it was a 66 break that did the damage. Hawkins on the brink here of a place in the last 4 in Belfast. He leads Dave Gilbert 4-2. One more for a place in the semis. So frame 7 of a possible 9. Barry Hawkins hoping it will be the last frame. He's certainly playing well enough to suggest it will be. Dave Gilbert just can't afford to leave any chances now. And if he gets them himself, of course, has to take them. As Joe said earlier, he's been outscored comprehensively by Hawkins. The only sort of key ball he missed in the end, Barry Hawkins, the frame was basically already won. That red with the rest. Gilbert needed a snooker at that point. But Hawkins, everybody knows matches can turn, and he's not won it yet. He needs to push on here. Try and get it won without getting involved in a scramble for the line.
Well, he's got a chance at this red to the left corner. Not ideal, this, because if he just catches it a little thin, the cue ball's going into the pack of reds. Would be handy if the pink went into the right middle. Well, it was a good pot, but he potted it thin. You see the red going off the left-hand angle. Very nearly missed it. And that's why he hasn't held for the pink.
Well, Dave Gilbert knows that these matches can turn around, because here last year, at this stage in the quarterfinals, he led Zhou Yulong 4-2 and was beaten 5-4. And Zhou made a series of breaks to turn that round, so it can happen. Had it confirmed, by the way, if you're planning your Saturday, you want to know which match is which tomorrow. The Jack Lazowski match will be the first semi-final at 1 o'clock, so he'll play Chris Wakelin or Yuan Sijun, and then the winner of this match plays the winner of Trump or Maguire in the evening.
Pink's close. Well, the pink going over the pocket has made the safety a little bit easier. Could be quite prolonged now. Wow, now that was very ambitious. And he's left Gilbert with a great chance here. Okay, the black's tied up for the moment, but the pink and blue available. What an aggressive shot that was. Well, that's how confident he's feeling. But it's down to Gilbert now to punish. He's considering playing the red and trying to bring the black into play, but it's dangerous that. Just get rid of the pink. Open that way for more balls to go into that pocket. And that's okay. Pink available to the right corner. So chance to build a little break here.
Eight. Fourteen. Fifteen. 21. Two. 28. 29.
'Just picking the loose ones off nicely. Building a nice little break here, but he's underhit that one. So his next red, it's not going to be quite so easy. I want to be straight on this pink, and then he could have played down for the red by the black.
Two.
Yeah, that's a great shot. That's a great shot. Now, is he hampered on the pink? Certainly is on the black. The blue's an option.
So that last shot Hawkins played to set this chance up has really changed the weather in this frame, maybe in this match.
49.
As long as Gilbert does now close it out.
Well, no reason why he shouldn't. He's earned this chance himself by being attacking. This is the shot that Barry Hawkins took on, which was very ambitious to say the least. But that's how good he's feeling.
It was one of those, you didn't quite know where to look. The ball's going everywhere.
58.
Well, when he just needed a good positional shot, he plays an absolute shocker.
Yeah, because he still needs another red.
That's a good recovery. So, as David said, he needs one more red.
65.
So nothing fancy here, just try and drop it in. Allow the pocket to accept the red.
Yeah, and he's got a couple of reds on cushions. The yellow, not great either, so it would be a very tough clearance. But he doesn't want to give Hawkins any sort of chance. He wants this in, and we're at 4-3. But it's not in.
I don't understand why he just didn't drop it in. Dead weight.
65.
The pocket would have accepted it. No need to play out for the black. Never easy, that. Oohs and ahs from the crowd, but that was a tough pot.
Well, I think the thing is that they haven't seen him miss much, so it's a surprise maybe what he does.
He's left the red on. A chance at the red anyway, but he needs big colours. Needs at least a blue with this red. Great pot. Terrific pot. Well, as David said, there was some clearance with the balls on the cushions and the yellow safe. But he shouldn't have had this chance. I mean, Dave should have just dropped that red into the corner pocket. Instead, he tried to stun it in.
7.
And now he's in Hawkins' hands. Tough clearance, this, by all means, but he's at the table with a chance. Nice angle on the black to bring those two reds into play. Well, that could have been kinda. A right-handed player might take this red on to the right corner, but I can't see him taking it on with the spider.
Sorry, Hawkins, 15.
Yeah, that's a great shot. And as I said before, a right-handed player might take it on.
Yeah, Hawkins took the risk here, but still a great pot from Gilbert. So that should be, barring catastrophes, 4-3.
2 snookers needed. I'm sure he'll play on.
David Gilbert, 1.
Yeah, that makes things a little bit more difficult, the black being near the cushion. Well, what a good effort that was to try and get in behind the black. It was only a fraction.
Yeah, and he also got the yellow into open play, which obviously favours him.
Hawkins needs blacks with these reds to keep it at 2 snookers. Oh, terrific effort. Terrific effort. He hasn't got the snooker, but what a good effort. And made the black just a little bit easier. Doesn't want it in. I can't believe he's played it at that pace. Why would he do that?
Oh.
He could have easily left a free ball there. Had it kissed the brown, I just don't understand that kind of play. Just come off the cushion, try and hit the reds. If it misses, leave it down here. So, one more snooker. Yeah, caught it a touch too thick. And, well, he's left a chance here for Gilbert.
Yes, and Dave Gilbert really wants to see the back of this frame now. And that surely does indeed mean that it's 4-3. Not taking any chances this time, laying the snooker. Hawkins stays in his seat. So a 26-minute frame goes to Dave Gilbert and the match continues. Hawkins still needs one, Gilbert needs two. So Barry Hawkins has played the better snooker in this match, but he's not yet won the match. It's 4-3. It was 4-2. Dave Gilbert won that last frame. Are we heading all the way? Certainly, if Hawkins doesn't win now, he'll be very disappointed because he was playing earlier on the sort of snooker that suggested he could win the tournament. 2 total clearances. A couple of other big breaks as well. See some of the stats in this match. Hawkins ahead on the pot success. Not surprising with those breaks that I mentioned. Well ahead on the total points, but again, he's had big breaks. He certainly comfortably had the 4 highest breaks of the match. But he's not won yet.
No, he played a very attacking shot in the last frame, didn't he, when he tried to screw that red in. Screw off the pack of reds back down to the balk area. Very attacking shot. That's how he was feeling, though. Invincible. Still needs 1 frame. Wow, just managed to go past the middle. Very attacking shot. Very brave shot to take on. Cue ball's close.
Oh. David Gilbert 4.
Now can Dave be tempted by a red here? There's 2 reds he could take on into the left corner. Wasn't far away, but he has left a chance here for Barry Hawkins. Slightly hampered by the brown, but It's a chance. He's pushed the black safe. But we'll worry about that later. This red, first of all. Needs to slow down. Just where it's awkward. Just a couple of inches too hard. He might still take it on, but such a tough pot now, this.
Brown ball.
Well, if you can see the brown, that's a little bonus.
So Hawkins is in the frame and needs to win this match. Not a straightforward chance necessarily, but he must be feeling good in general. Okay, it's tightened up this match, but overall he's played really well.
Six.
Well, very tight, but it does go. It doesn't now.
11.
So just the blue and bought colours you can play for at the moment. But if you can get high on the blue, you can bring all these reds and hopefully the pink and black into play. Big shot this. Well, that couldn't have split any better. Brought the pink and black into play. What a chance now for Barry Hawkins.
70.
Stayed positive. Went into those reds, split them beautifully. Caught the pink, full in the face.
Yeah, we can see on Dave Gilbert's face, not resignation, but an acceptance that it's a good chance, this, for Hawkins to get it one. If he does win, they'll play Judd Trump or Steve Maguire. He's one of only two people this season to beat Trump in a ranking event. The other was Hamad Mir, who played brilliantly at the British Open. Of course, Hawkins was in the final of the European Masters.
Yeah, the two men in form, aren't they? Hawkins and Trump. Wait for it. He's overdone it. Just there on the verge.
24.
Finishes on a red there, with the black over the pocket. What a let off for Dave Gilbert.
Really is. We saw Dave in the seat, sort of not, as I say, resigned to defeat, but certainly concerned. Not over yet, though.
Yeah, just got to be careful here. If he plays the red just to the right of the black spot, if he plays it half ball, he could push a red towards the right corner. He could play it ultra thin. Well, he's took the risk. And he's got a good safety. Well, that went all wrong. But can Barry Hawkins see one of these reds to the right corner? More importantly, does it go? If he's got away with that, he's been a very fortunate young man. Youngish.
42, still young, I think.
Absolutely. Well, the answer is he has got away with it. Now, is Barry going to get away with it?
Gilbert 4.
I don't think so. I think there's a gap between those reds. Trump complained of the table pulling to the right earlier on in the week. So, and with a chance to get back into the game at the very least, but the reds are nice. But it's a high pressure situation now for both players. Him to stay involved in the match. Take us to a decider. Barry Hawkins to win the match. He's had a good chance, Barry, but run out of position. Oh, I thought that was a brave shot to play.
40.
Well, he had no idea what was happening to the balls there, but look where he's finished. He's got the balls all open now, and he's nicely on the black. Well, he took a big risk there, but it's worked out for him.
Yes, and it's not so long ago, is it? He was sat in his chair, kind of thinking the match had gone. Hawkins was in, and from previous experience in the match, that Gilbert expected him to do enough, but he didn't. Now this is his chance to force a deciding frame finish. He's been playing catch-up the whole day. Is he going to overtake Barry Hawkins on the line?
93.
Well, I'm not sure what kind of an angle he's got on the black, but if he could give those two reds a nudge. No, not quite got the angle. But with that red over the middle pocket, if you could give those two reds a little nudge, develop them,
30.
he's guaranteed to be on the red to the middle. Of course, if the red goes to the right corner, there's no need to.
31.
This would be a good time to play the cannon if he's got the angle to play it. Well, that's brought a red off the cushion, which he may need.
38.
22 points the lead.
$39.
Now, that red just above the black. He's always got this red by the middle.
$45. 46.
Two more reds needed.
Yeah, you can see him checking that
52.
himself, working it out. I think in some ways he's surprised that the match is even still going. Hawkins did have a pretty good chance earlier on.
Yeah, and that will be hurting him because he knows that he was in prime position at the time. He'll stay positive though. So this red must go to the right corner, and that's all he's going to need to take us to a decider, and it's anybody's match
59.
then.
Yeah, terrific stuff from Gilbert, this, fighting back from the brink of defeat. Remember, it was 4-2 to him last year at this stage against Zhou Yulong. He lost the last three. 12 months on, 4-2 down himself to Barry Hawkins, but he's won 2 on the spin, and it's all on the deciding frame. Hawkins has played so well, but he's not yet in the semi-finals.
66.
Gilbert, red
67.
just drops his made here. His highest break of the afternoon.
74.
That's not far away. That's not far away. Great pot. Every chance of the century now. What a magnificent pot that was.
And what a great time to be playing your best snooker of the match. Going into the last frame.
81.
Yeah, made a 65 in the last frame. And the first chance he's got in this frame, he's won it. That's good snooker from both players, you've got to say. I couldn't see Hawkins losing at one stage, but he's fought hard, Gilbert, played some good safety, had a bit of run.
88.
And he's got that cue action going. He's got his eye in.
99.
So this final black for a century for Gilbert. Hawkins has had 2. He had a chance early in this frame to get it won. It didn't happen. Dave Gilbert has made his move. Terrific clearance of 106. And it means the second quarter final here in Belfast today is going all the way to a deciding frame finish. Barry Hawkins 4, Dave Gilbert 4. So 4-4. Here's the handshake before the deciding frame. Barry Hawkins and David Gilbert. It was 4-2 to Hawkins. It has to be said at that stage he was looking the only winner. He'd had 2 total clearances, really playing well. He started to make a few errors. Gilbert has improved. Thus the match has turned round. All on this frame then for a place in the semi-finals here at the Waterfront Hall in Belfast.
Yeah, and what you need in a decider is a good break-off. Can't get better than snooker in you, man. This is what makes deciders so enjoyable, especially when we're watching. You don't know if this shot's going to be your last one.
Well, anonymous. There, Gilbert 6. Back. Kevin.
Yeah, just going to be a little bit of time here, just making sure ball's about right. A couple of reds moved, I think. So Kevin Dabrowski's on the marker's desk.
Yeah,
he is.
That's this red. And yeah, it's just slightly this way. This red, yeah, slightly this way. Yes, that looks very good.
I think these referees would be very good at helping people park because it's all hand signals and to me, to you.
It's, this way, yeah. Now slightly this way. And
he's got that spot on.
No, it's the one red you just had. It's slightly the other way, yeah, this way, very slightly. Actually, the other way, sorry. This way. That's pretty good, yes.
Could you move it quick so...
Yeah. Yeah, and these 2 reds next to the pink.
Re-rack, one wagger shouted out.
This one.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah. Exactly. And now the other one, just on bottom of the pink, this way, very
Which
slightly.
one?
The closest to the pink. No, closest to the pink.
This one?
Yes.
Which way?
This way. Very good, yeah.
Well, they've done well there. I mean, it wasn't straightforward. They're obviously just trying to get it right. As indeed is Barry Hawkins.
Yeah, slightly up. Just slightly this way. Yes.
Right.
Just a slight adjustment, but he may have left it. Well, he isn't even looking at the red, but it looked to me as though he could get that red to the right corner. Don't know for sure, but we'll never know now.
Quite an edgy start to the decider. That's no great surprise. Huge prize, of course, to get through to Saturday.
Yeah, good safety. Pushed the red over the right side of the table. Very risky to take on. Oh, he's underhit it, and he's left one on to the right corner, I believe. Caught them too thick. And I think there might just be a path around the back of the reds, although it's going to be tough finding it. He's found it though, so Barry with the first chance. Pink must go to the right corner. Wasn't sure from this camera angle. So, pink spot occupied. Just the blue to play with. Well, if you could get rid of that red to the left of the black, then the two reds closest to the black spot would go. That would be a good ball to play for. And that's the one he's played for. It shows he's thinking very clearly still, Barry Hawkins. When he takes this red, it releases the other two, which could bring the black into play then. Oh, he's the wrong side of the blue. That could alter things. The Brown could be in the way of sending the cue ball in and out of baulk. As could the yellow. He's done well. He needs to keep running though. Yeah, just not far enough, I'm afraid. This is a tough shot if he does take it on. Oh, he's not afraid of taking his shots on. We saw that in the frame previous. That's another very brave shot and an excellent pot as well. And this time he is the right side of the blue. It deserved that.
Well, staying positive, which is not so easy to do when you just lost a frame like the one he lost previously. But it's now again in his hands. And this is the modern way of playing, rather than trying to rely on your opponent making a mistake. Trying to make things happen yourself. That's why we see so many big breaks.
Yeah, dive for the winning line. That's what's required. Doesn't want to play for the black here though. Found a nice gap through the reds.
29.
Pink spot still occupied. Well, again, not the best positional shot that. He's left with a difficult red to both corners. A right-handed player wouldn't be too much of a problem, that red. And he's going to need the rest if he plays that red to the left corner. Does he ever miss with the rest? Another good pot with the rest. Wrong side of the blue again. He's having to do this the hard way, isn't he? He really powered that one in.
Yeah, it's harder work than the earlier breaks he made with the black where it is, the pink down on the brown spot. So cue ball really having to travel.
Another very good pot and position. Look at that, spot on. And now the pink spot is available if he ever does go down for the pink. Doesn't need to, the way he's playing for the blue and manoeuvring the cue ball.
Yeah, it must help the fact he's had a good season, you know, coming in to this decider, still positive, still feeling good. Also, he's got his dad with him, I know, this week, so, you know, it's a bit of a family affair. He's relaxed off the table, got good friendly company with him, just generally in a good place right now.
Well, that hasn't gone according to plan, and now he's in a bit of trouble here. Because if he doesn't pop a good ball or get a good safety, he's left a red over that left corner. And the balls are all there for the taking. He didn't play to hit those two reds, he played to go round the back. Now what's it to be, Barry? The blue or a safety? Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And they love that one.
Gilbert had, well, the best and the worst view of that, didn't he? It was travelling right towards him. But for that, he may well have got another chance, but it's not looking that likely now.
Yeah, again, he's unlucky, you know. He's finished absolutely straight on this red. So not going to be easy. So 45 in the game. If he does pop the blue, 50, but where's the next red? If he could pull it back 6 inches, have a red to the right corner. Again, brilliant. Great nerve. How good must he be feeling? But his heart will be pounding, I can tell you that. 51 points the difference. Still needs 2 reds unless he goes for the black. Oh, he didn't want the kiss.
57.
Surely he's not going to play the blue. Because he does need another red. Time to put a colour safe, maybe.
Yellow ball.
Well, it was a very good break. It wasn't straightforward. 57. He leads by 51, but there is still a possible 59 on the table. Pushing the yellow save, yeah, it's a rather rueful look. He just wanted to get it done there.
You know, he might just take this red onto the right corner and drop onto the black. It might be all or nothing time, who knows?
Oh. Nice.
Well, that was a nice little angle, that.
By Hawkins, 4.
Well, none of it's a free ball.
It's not a free ball, there's a red on the right side cushion, but had it missed the angle, he would have left the red on.
Doesn't really want to be giving away points, though, does he? 55 in it now, 59 on. If he does that again, he can only tie.
What excitement. Well, this is what I thought he would have done first time round. Could be all or nothing. He's left a chance. The red to the baulk corner.
Well, again, Gilbert is not quite in the line of this, but he's going to be very close to the pocket. If this goes in, he needs snookers. It's heading in. You've got to give Barry Hawkins a lot of credit for his positivity in this decider. His 4-2 lead had been cancelled out, but he really went for it. And it looks like he'll be in the semi-finals on Saturday. He's a man transformed this season. He dropped out the top 16 earlier this year. Wasn't at the Crucible, didn't qualify. But returned to the winner's circle at the European Masters. And you can see in him the confidence and the belief. We saw it early on in the match. He had breaks of 134, 91, 138, 66. And we've seen it again in the decider after Gilbert put pressure on him 16. By making the recovery. So it's Judd Trump or Steve Maguire next for Barry Hawkins. So a dramatic match. Dave Gilbert did very well to fight back, but Barry Hawkins has got so much self-belief right now, and he has put himself into the semi-finals of the Northern Ireland Open. He played a very good deciding frame, and he's the winner by 5 frames to 4.